Good evening. My name is Matt Voisard, and I will be doing a 5-minute speech for Management MBA750. I will be talking about the University of Notre Dame football game this past weekend against the Michigan State Spartans. Notre Dame won the game 33-30. As you may or may not know, I'm a huge fan of the Fighting Irish. Have been so since I was a small child. Obviously, I'm no longer a small child, but I enjoy the games. Watch every game I can on television, and do make it over to South Bend at least one time a year, going on about 8 years in a row now. Really enjoy being there in person. It's something different. I know a lot of folks maybe go to the Ohio State games, and I know that's a special experience as well. But there really is something special about being on campus at the University of Notre Dame. There is a camaraderie, very much at ease. There's not a lot of contentiousness between opposing fans and the home fans. It's always a great time. This past weekend was one of the nicest weekends that I've been able to enjoy over there in terms of weather. We went a little bit earlier this year. Usually my brother and I go, and it tends to be a little later in the year, in the season, so sometimes we run into some weather. This year it was 75 degrees and warm, sunny. You could not have asked for a better day. Shirt sleeves and shorts. People weren't sitting there sweating while they were watching the game, and believe me, they were having a lot of good times. But it was a spectacular performance, both on the both sides of the ball. Michigan State fought really hard, and I really felt like at some point they were going to take the game away from the Irish, but they were able to. Fighting Irish were able to come up with game-saving play at the end of the game, something they couldn't do 2 weeks ago against the Michigan Wolverines. This week, Kyle McCarthy stood up and made a play at the end of the game on the defensive side and saved the day. And an unfortunate incident during the game. Michael Floyd, probably one of the best wide receivers in college football today, broke his collarbone, be out for the season. So tough luck for the Irish. So things don't always go their way, some people may think. I do know that they have some very talented youngsters. Shaquille Evans is a spectacular talent. He's a true freshman. He'll probably play quite a bit. Duval Kamara, who's a junior, had a very good 2007 season despite the overall team success. He will be probably the backup, the number 2 wide receiver, and either Robbie Parrish or Shaquille Evans will be the slot or the 3rd receiver. And of course, you can't talk about the Notre Dame offense without talking about Jimmy Clausen. To express it in terms that the everyman may the passes that he threw were near perfection. There were multiple passes that were very long throws that were right at the wide receiver's fingertips, and he had no problem connecting on the short and the long passes. He has an extremely high completion percentage, in the 68 to 69% range, and he has a lot of talent. Armando Allen in the running backs slot did particularly well this week. He had well over 100 yards and caught a couple of key passes. Plus, we were able to run the Wildcat formation several times, and he actually threw for a touchdown. So that was really cool, and that sort of sums up, I think, the weekend. It was really cool. I enjoyed going there. I will definitely go back. If you've never been there, you ought to try to get there.